Unit 2, Lab 1, page 4. Improving Click Alonzo with a score. So first thing you're going to do is open your Click Alonzo and resave it as U2L1. Or use the file I attached and save it to your account. So if you don't have a good Alonzo file, you can use this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Save As and overwrite this with U2, all right? We're revisiting Click Alonzo in Unit 2. So this will keep the old version, but now give me a new version that I'm going to make modifications to. I'm going to press Save. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and share it. I guess I already did, but just go ahead and go through the sharing process. Okay. All right, so on this first page, we're going to use a global variable. In the number guessing lab, you used a script variable, which could only be read by that script. Now we're going to make a global variable that's usable by all the scripts in the program. The whole computer can see it. Okay, so you might want to read this information. All right, so step 1, open your U1L1 Click Alonzo project, play the game, and review the code so you remember how it works. Save this as U2L1 Click Alonzo, and be sure to rename your project with U2 in the file name, right? That's what we just did. That's what I just showed you. It's a good idea, like anytime you're like making changes, especially big changes, to save the project with a new name, like version 1, version 2, version 3. All right, let's create a global variable named score. You're going to click here, make a variable, brings up this box. I'm going to call it score. Leave it for all sprites. If you click it for this sprite only, then it becomes more like a local variable. Okay, so we want to leave it on for all sprites. Then the first thing we need to do is set score to 0. Okay, so I'm going to click that just once. Okay, so that's called initializing score to 0. Okay, we're initializing the variable. All right, now make the program change the score by 1 whenever the sprite is clicked. First of all, though, where should this block go? Where should this go? I think probably it's under the green flag, all right? Under the green flag. Now we're going to make the program change the score by 1 whenever the sprite is clicked. All right, so use one of these blocks and figure out where to put it to make the program change the score by 1 whenever Alonzo is clicked. Right, do this on your own. All right, right now the game never ends, but you'll change that. Actually, it does. I had put in some functionality so that the game ends when he disappears. But what if you want to win the game instead of lose the game? Decide on the score that you will use to test whether the player has won. Use a conditional to determine when the player reaches that score. When they do, make Alonzo stop jumping around, make Alonzo appear again, and congratulate the player for a few seconds. Okay, so here are the blocks that you need to accomplish that. Okay, so here are the blocks that you need. Find those blocks and then put them together and put them in the program so that when you reach the score that you think is winning, it could be 10 points, it could be 20 points, whatever you want, that Alonzo stops jumping around, he appears again, and the player congratulates the player for a few seconds. Okay? We're just about ready for page 5 now. All right. By the way, here's some information about variable display. Global variables have a checkbox, but script variables need the show variable block to show what's going on inside a local script variable, right? And don't forget to do if there is time, if you have time. And let me know in a private comment if you did if there is time or take it further.